Hello, my name is David and welcome back. Today I wanted to talk briefly about a book that I finished. It's Wise Blood by Flannery O'Connor. And I just want to give a quick review of it. Um, this was one that I was not planning on reading. It wasn't on my horizon, my radar at all until Leslie from the New Narrative mentioned it. And strongly recommended that I could join her and a couple others who were going to be reading it in the literary discourse server on Discord. And so, you know, why not? I could fit it in, right? And it was a short book. And I think it might have been my first Flannery O'Connor. Um, Not exactly sure on that. But here's what I do know it was her first book. And I think it shows. Um, my level of enjoyment of the book, I think, was less than everybody else that was reading it, um, which makes it such a hard thing to review because I know other people really enjoyed it, and there's good things about the book. It has good parts of the story, but it just didn't really jive for me. Um, I guess the biggest pro for me is it's short. Like the ending wasn't satisfactory to me. The beginning didn't really grab me in the way that I would expect a book to grab me. The characters I didn't really grow to care about what happened to them. Um, this is a story that has a lot of illusion and symbolism and all of that embedded within it, and there's a lot that you can appreciate in that, and things that will be there to discover in additional read-throughs. But my first read through of it, I was trying to cram it in between a really busy month, and just the lack of any kind of compassion about the characters on my part, combined with a very unsatisfactory ending, just made it a 3-star read at best, maybe 3.5 on a reread. Um, so, real briefly, it follows two main characters: Hazel, who goes by Hayes, and then Enoch. And the main protagonist here is Hayes, and he is grew up around the church and has some not so fond memories of his mother, I believe it is. And he encounters in a new city a blind preacher preaching Jesus, and has a pretty strong reaction to it. So, blind preacher and his daughter, supposed daughter, we don't know for sure at the time, but they're companions. He assumes that it's a daughter, um, and so he ends up following after them and is getting tailed by Enoch, who apparently, according to him, and these are not the most reliable of narrators, has been in the city 2 months and nobody's been kind to him. Nobody's shown him any kind of appreciation, mercy, friendship, anything like that. So he clings on to Hayes because Hayes at least talks to him briefly. Um, yeah, it's a weird read. Um, it's probably worth your time if you like literary fiction, especially. If you like Flannery O'Connor, you're probably gonna like it. I, I was underwhelmed, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Leslie and Una and the others that read it, what they talk about on their live show about it, because maybe they have saw things and can shine a light on things that maybe I missed on my read through, maybe things I didn't appreciate fully on this read through. Um, so yeah, there's my quick and dirty thoughts on it. Um, I was able to get it, I think, Kindle Unlimited, so it was a free download. I mean, it cost me nothing other than the time it took to read it. I'm glad I did read it. in spite of it not being the best book experience I had this year. Um, it might be one of the worst ones that I've read so far this year. But that's not necessarily saying a lot about this. It's saying a lot about the quality of a lot of what I have been reading. Um, so yeah, definitely check it out if you're so inclined. There's an audience out there that's going to love it. It just wasn't me.